drunk in the house and trying to get the truth out of me, Your Honor.
Yes,
I was
So
drunk.
did
I didn't
he
know
get
whether
the truth out of you?
I had sex with his brother. We had a threesome, so there's 3 possibilities, 3 possible fathers of my daughter.
She sent her mother pictures, and I guess she sent Mr. Rutledge pictures, and he called, and he told her that he hopes my baby died.
I work 19 hours a week, and I get paid $7.25 an hour. I need help. If I can't do it for the kids, if they need something, if I can't do it, I ask Mr. Little.
I asked her if she knew my husband. I called him by name. She said she did. She introduced herself as his girlfriend. I said,
Your Honor, he insists, as I had my children.
What is that you're holding up
These
there?
are the birth certificates.
Again, things grew heated. The courtroom's energy shifted calm, combative, and everyone seemed ready to argue over every detail.
Wash Walesia?
I never watched wildest.
Your Honor, he has.
I don't even have a place to stay myself.
Awkward when casual intimacy was brought. The more they explained, the less censored, and the judge was left trying to piece together.
Prevail approached me and bust my window out of my car. I called the police on the scene, and I had proof that she bust out my windows on my car.
The defendant's girlfriend jumped in with her own accusation. Her presence changed the tone of the trial, making things even more personal. The case looked like a complete mess. Both families were throwing shade, and the courtroom started to feel more like a battleground.
What a mess!
Mess with no.
You was
my girl who I with for 8 years.
All right, listen,
But she wasn't
listen.
However, focused on the heart of the issue, the denial of paternity. She cut through the theatrics, reminding everyone why they were there. Street performer who plays the drums stood firm in court, insisting he was not the child's father. All he wanted was to clear his name and move forward.
Just a week-long fling, and you are certain you are not the biological father of her 2-month-old daughter, Lainey. Once today's results prove what you already know, you want your last name back. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Reverence, however, was troubled by ongoing doubts. The circumstances surrounding the case left him restless and uncertain.
The baby doesn't look like me from the get-go. Like, as soon as I saw her, I was just like, she don't look like me. She doesn't have my nose, she doesn't have my eyes, like features, you know, that would resemble me. And she doesn't look anything like me. I just want to know. I mean, if she is mine, then okay, you know, I'll man up, take care of my little girl. But if she's not mine, then I want my name back.
When testimonies were presented, Miss Snyder broke down emotionally. The weight of the statements pushed her to believe one man was undeniable father.
You are so emotional.
Yes, Your Honor, because I just want to prove that he's the father and how much I love her and all that.
And when you think about a man denying your baby and saying, she's not mine,
It just makes me mad.
I can see you just can't take your eyes off of. What are you feeling in this moment right now?
Emotional and kind of sad.
Why?
Overwhelming right now.
Her certainty pointed direct at the plaintiff. She was convinced beyond hesitation that he was the one responsible for the child.
Had sex for a week.
A couple times during the week, yes.
And you were there all week.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's why you're saying he's Lainey's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now you know you don't have no business playing drums out there on the street, then coming back home with some woman, and you don't have no business coming home with him and not using no protection.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand that now.
On the other side, Mr. Evans initially shared those same suspicions, but everything shifted once he laid eyes on the lagoon.
I'm thinking it's mine because I didn't know that she may have been with somebody else or anything like that. I'm thinking that time that we were together was I was the only person that she was with, conceived during that time. If everything goes as planned, you know, I'll be there, you know, when the baby's born and everything like that. But work kept me held up, so I didn't get back until sometime in January after the baby was born. When I saw the baby, I was just like, are you sure she's mine?
Looking at her, he suddenly claimed, she's mine. That emotional outburst only deepened the confusion in the courtroom.
Could it be anyone else's baby? Did you ask?
Yes, after I saw her, I did.
What did she tell you when you asked her?
She said that she had slept with someone else.
Miss Snyder, who's this other person you slept with?
I do admit I slept with someone else, but we also used protection. What would have been after the conception date, though? It was like a week or two afterwards.
All right.
Meanwhile, another man added his version of the story. His perspective threw fresh light on the tangled situation, making things even murkier.
Sent in the following statement. I admit sleeping with Amanda, but I did use a condom. The condom did not break, so I know that baby is not mine. This statement, it basically is in line with your testimony, that you did have sex, you did use protection, you don't think he's the father, he doesn't think he's the father.
Yes.
The argument boiled down to one critical question: who is truly the father? The conception calendar was introduced as a possible clue.
Window of conception around the end of March to the first week of April. That leads you to believe that Mr. Evans is Lainey's biological father. And Mr. Evans is the only man you were sleeping with during that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sleep with anybody else on the 31st?
No, Your Honor.
Yet, after all the back end, there seemed to be only one reliable path forward. A DNA test remains the ultimate solution.
Mr. Evans, you are not the father. You were right, Mr. Evans. You are not her biological father. I'm sorry, I know that wasn't the result you thought you were going to get today. Have you informed this other man that he could potentially be the biological father?
Told him.
This case had been left in limbo for far too long, with plenty of talk, but no real action. Even the defendant finally admitted he was willing to step in.
You argue that Ms. Johnson had a sexual relationship with 2 other men. You fear one of those.
We've been running buddies, lavish lifestyle. We're from Houston, Texas. We really don't care about the women. Nobody mess with anybody's girl. And that second rule was nobody has a girl.
Fathers of my daughter.
But then Mr. Blackman dropped a shocking statement. What he revealed left the courtroom stunned and completely changed them.
If you act like that, you get treated like that.
Men ain't supposed to be like you.
You get treated like that.
Men are supposed to be like you.
From where
I just had the instant connection.
He described an instant connection, but before anyone could digest that, the so-called brother was asked to share his side.
Young woman, he moved into his home. Did you feel like you had permission to do this from your brother?
My dad, he's a
How many times were you intimate with Mr. Groh?
Twice, both with Vincent's permission.
Your Honor.
His words made...
Were you aware your daughter was in a relationship with Mr. Blackman?
Not at first.
It was then revealed that Miss Johnson had issues showing respect to her own mother. That detail added more family tension into the mix.
Don't approve that, and I'm not raised like that.
We have a
segment made the case wild.
Who do you believe Viviana's father is?
I believe it's Mr. Blackman.
Your Honor, I believe it's not nan one of ours.
That's not true.
If you have sex with 2 men, you had sex with 4. You have sex with 4, you had sex with 8.
That's not true.
You hear from her own mama, she say she wild. Like,
So
man,
now-
I'm talking about the whole population in Houston probably could be the father of this baby. Like, it's no...
You know you're the pappy.
Clearly, these...
Told you. I told you.
In the end, all that mattered was the truth. The judge...
You all have had...
Woke up, they split up, whatever. She got with my other cousin, had a one-night stand with him. The product from him got with my brother. When she got with my brother, she ran the same story on my brother and told my brother that she was pregnant by him.
Then came the curveball. She had apparently left out some pretty...
Pill, because everyone knows that a morning after pill is free whether you have insurance or not. I never would say, can you pay one night stands and all that with his cousins. If he felt that I had one night stands with his cousin or his brother, why would turn around and have unprotected sex with...
Soon after, long-buried secrets started surfacing. Each accusation added another layer to an already messy case.
It was just sexual relations. If it was just sexual relationship, why were your clothes at my house? He was always at my house until he went missing for like 4 days, and I didn't know where he was at, because usually he would at least text me or call me even if he didn't come over. And like out of nowhere, like for 4 days straight, I didn't hear from him or anything. And he came back out of nowhere, new sneakers, dressed and everything. Now, mind you, in the midst of everything.
The judge pressed for answers, demanding someone explain the serious claims being thrown around. No one seemed willing to back down.
This was just a casual sexual relationship.
And that's all it was. That's all she good for.
You right to my house. I'm not gonna come here and lie or anything like it. I know what I used to be, and I have changed a lot. And also in the same breath, like I said, I'm 22 years old.
The defendant
said that he hoped my baby died, but everything that I know that he said about me, mostly she told me. Just like he said he didn't want my daughter around his other kids, that came out her mouth.
Okay, no. And breathe, Miss Brown.
Even Miss Brown, watching all this unfold, was baffled. She couldn't understand how things had gotten so out of...
Please don't tell this court you said something that vile.
I would never say that. I have kids of my own. She said, I hope the baby dies. I'm not gonna tell you what she told me about my kids. She came to my mom's house, said she was gonna leave her daughter on the doorstep of my mom. I said, don't do that because I'm not there, no one's there.
Back and forth arguments only made matters worse. At this point, the DNA results were the only clear path to the truth.
Mr. Rutledge are her father.
What? Now what? What y'all gotta say now? What do y'all gotta say now?
For 2 whole decades, Jackson III lived under a false belief, but now he was ready to confront truth. The weight of those years finally pushed him to act.
You are suing the defendant because you claim that your 20-year marriage has been based on a complete fraud.
Tiff revealed he had been raising the child as his own for 20 years. Deep down, though, he always doubted he was the real father.
You're his dad.
Yes, I mean, graduation, I was there.
You were there.
His wrestling meets, I was there. His band.
Take me.
The defendant finally spoke. Her words shifted the narrative. Suddenly, the plaintiff's suspicions no longer sounded far-fetched.
Family thing at that time. We was just going together. And actually, I was just going to see my girlfriend that lives in Kentucky. One time...
Everyone wondered how the 2 of them had managed to stay together through such a tangled situation. Their history deepened the mystery.
To marry her instantly like that, within a couple of months.
Well, when she told me she was pregnant, that's what I think the right thing to do, because I didn't have a father in my life. I was going to be a father in my son's life.
We're now driving the entire case.
Let's begin to set in.
The only time that she could have got pregnant was those 3 days out of August August 95, 11th, 12th, and 13th is the only 3 days she could have got pregnant. From
That's
we got
sex
married.
with Jackson.
And my son is born on June 8th, 1996.
June 8th.
You're looking at the only woman that's been pregnant 10 and a half months in history.
Which it goes out.
80-20.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
80% maybe the other guy kind of told and he's kind of lies.
She tells me in the hotel I was the father. I possibly could be the father one time, and it kind of messed me up at the end. He said she never
And
did.
do you remember
at the time?
The Jackson family now faced a defining moment. With so much at stake, the results could either heal old wounds or open brand new ones.
Mr. Jackson, you are his father.
The courtroom is buzzing as a couple awaits their DNA results. Mr. claims he's tired of being strung along in this who's the daddy drama. He swears he won't pay another cent in support of the twins if Miss Clifton has been taking money from another man.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. We ended up, getting together, whatever the case may have been, and, time went on. So Miss Clifton.
Miss Clifton's story took an unexpected turn. What began with a simple car repair turned into a full-blown relationship. He may have been easy on the eyes, but his charm came with hidden truths that slowly unraveled.
He was a good man. He was about his business. I was like, this husband material. I feel like I had hit jackpot when I met him.
Why did it end?
Well,
He
Your
lied.
Honor,
He lied and led on. He let me that he was single and that he was all for me.
It wasn't long before his smooth act cracked. Turns out the man she trusted was already married, and that revelation hit courtroom like a fun club. Miss Clifton didn't flinch, though her expression screamed she was ready to pin him down.
Came at my job, then immediately she propositioned me for sex. Okay.
Wait a minute. What happened now, Miss Clifton?
He had been working on my car. We separated for about 2 years. I had started dating someone else.
Their history only got strange from there. After a messy 2-year split, Miss Clifton found herself back in his shop again. But this time, the price for repairs wasn't money, it was intimacy. The judge could barely keep order as the details spilled out.
It's my turn. I asked him on the Thursday. He didn't come till Sunday to bring.
That's
He
what
didn't
she
come
said,
till
Your Honor.
Sunday to bring the kids'
I brought-
items. I texted him on Thursday.
Your Honor.
Said the kids need milk and diapers.
I brought them that night
No,
at
he
12
lied.
o'clock.
He came on Sunday. He brought a little.
Mr. Little explained how his love had soured under constant doubts. He tried to stand by the children, but her demands never stopped. The more she asked, the more his suspicions about fatherhood grew.
See the twins. So I set Pam was in the meltdown, and I go to play with the twins. I'm playing with the twins. I see some random guy walk out of the back, walk past me, and goes out the door.
Yep.
She never even acknowledged it.
Then came the jaw-dropping moment. One day, while delivering supplies, Mr. Little caught Miss Clifton entertaining another man at her home. That scene only strengthened his belief that these twins might not be his.
You reached out on Facebook in desperation, or did you lead this man on and kind of flirt and say hello, like remember me?
No, in desperation, because me and the man knew each other from back in the day. Like I said, the man handicapped.
As if things weren't already chaotic, Miss Clifton was exposed for reaching out to another old acquaintance online. She swore nothing happened, but the cloud of doubt only grew thicker. With every testimony, the children's paternity looked more uncertain.
He insists, as I had my children.
What is that you're holding up
These
there?
are the birth certificates.
Jerome,
I
let me see
incurred
those.
3 infections at the hospital having his kids. I almost lost my life. I had to be in the hospital for a week.
Miss Clifton's mother stepped in, defending her daughter fiercely. She refused to believe her child had done wrong, but Judge Lake pressed the big question: could anyone else be the father? With a firm no, all eyes turned to the envelope. The truth was finally seconds away.
As it pertains to 6-month-old twins, King and Kalani Little, Mr. R. Not. Miss Jackson, you say you're here to confront your husband's mistress and to prove her 1-month-old daughter, Kiesha, is not his biological daughter. Furthermore, you say if you learn today that the child is in fact your husband's, your marriage is over.
From the moment this case began, it's been nothing but fireworks. Miss Jackson is determined to prove her husband isn't father of Miss Lipscomb's child. If she's wrong, not only is paternity at risk, her marriage could collapse too.
Did she come up there, or why didn't she come up there?
That's my husband.
I've never seen her a day in my life. I knew her voice. I was sitting up.
How did you know her voice?
Because when I'm around Mr. Jackson and she calls and the kids calls, that's how I know her voice.
Miss Lipscomb raises eyebrows by questioning why a wife would show up at her own husband's job. That's a strange excuse for an affair. Instead of asking the simplest questions, she jumped into a relationship fueled by assumption. Now the spotlight turns to Mr. Jackson. Why was he staying at a hotel?
And that's what trifling females do.
At that point, I feel like if this is your husband and this is so you say y'all working on your family, you trying to get it together, why is your husband in the room and not at home with you and your kid?
When I met her in the car that night,
Miss Jackson eventually kicked her husband out, and the situation escalated. Even further, she even sent him to jail. Meanwhile, Miss Lipscomb looked the other way despite the glaring evidence that he was married. His wedding ring was right there, yet she acted like it didn't exist.
Because I never mentioned it to her, Your Honor.
So that part of her statement is true. You never told her you were married.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson, you are the perpetrator of this mess.
Taking a stand, Mr. Jackson claimed never misled Miss Lipscomb. He just didn't bother to mention his wife. Judge Lake quickly reminded him that omission is still deception. Now, two women are left battling each other because of his sons.
We had conversations. Before I didn't deny the child, I went and bought over $900 and some worth of stuff for her baby, Your Honor.
It wasn't
And you did that because...
Your Honor, there's...
Despite everything, Miss Jackson has shown remarkable restraint. She's even extended kindness toward Miss Lipscomb, her child. But that patience is wearing thin, especially after discovering the affair continued behind her back. Miss Lipscomb's dishonesty is catching up fast.
Yes. And Mr. Jackson, did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes.
You did.
So if it's not his child, why would he sign the birth certificate? And even more to speak on her
Mr.
behalf.
Jackson, you've acknowledged paternity.
Mr. Jackson made things worse by signing the baby's birth certificate, practically claiming father. If he wanted to step into that role, the responsibility should have been his, not Miss Jackson's. So far, she's been carrying the weight while being treated like the outsider.
I'm pregnant now. I'm due May 5th. Mr. Jackson knows about it. I've invited him to doctor's appointment. He and I talked about it. He said to me, well, I don't care what nobody thinks because you my wife. And at the end of the day, that's just what it is.
Adding fuel to the fire, Miss Jackson is now expecting a baby of her own. Meanwhile, Miss Lipscomb continues her romance with Mr. Jackson, fully aware of his marriage. The courtroom can hardly process this double twist, but all eyes are on the DNA results.
Child support.
No.
But she's on your wife's military benefits.
Yes.
Now, you know that don't make no sense.
Now, I didn't even know how that happened, when it happened. She brought
I'll tell you how it happened.
Before those results are revealed, Judge Lake digs deep. Mr. Jackson confesses he's the father, but refuses to raise the child, pushing the burden onto his wife instead. It's beginning to look like manipulation from the start, but Miss Jackson has finally reached her break.
Jackson versus Lipscomb. Jack, when it comes to 1-month-old Keasia Jackson, Mr. Jackson, you are not the father. Be 100% positive that Mr. Martin is not your son's biological father because your ex-boyfriend, Mr. Richardson, is.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say today's DNA test will allow you to get rid of Mr. Martin